Hey y'all, hey, I'm Ashley, and this is For Dizzy Birds. And it's the last week of January, and that means we've got to make some progress towards our January savings challenges. In today's video, we're going to be doing our weekly challenges, which we're currently working on in our rainbow binder, our calendar box, and our monstrous book of savings. So, if you want to see how much progress we make and how we finish out the month of January, go ahead and tune in. Hey y'all. Happy whatever day it is that you're watching this. I'm filming on Sunday. I'm a little bit behind. We had some sickness in the house this weekend, kiddos being sick. So I'm filming when I'm filming, and I'm going to get this up hopefully either Sunday or possibly Monday, but hopefully Sunday. So if you're watching this on the weekend, I hope you're having a great weekend. If you're watching this next week, I hope your week started out well. So what are we doing today? It is the last week of January, so it's our last opportunity to do any kind of challenges for January and put money into our Save to Sync folder. So I don't know what we're going to get done, if anything, but we're going to make some progress. So what do we have? Now, in our last video, we took care of our adulting. We have $100 to go towards anything that we have in this binder, in our calendar box, and we have our monstrous book of savings from Cash Budget Insights. So we have quite a bit to try to get done with our $100. So we're hoping it's going to stretch. So exciting, right? Let me go ahead and get the money out, and we will see how this goes. Now, I think what we need to do is make sure that we finish out the monstrous book of savings first, because we had the goal that we wanted to finish out the month for each calendar page that month. And since this is our last chance, we got to do that this week. Also, I noticed in after I was done filming that I did not, in my 2025 challenges, take care of our 2025 with Save with Judy. So we need to take care of that this morning as well, just to stay on track with that. And once we're done with the monstrous book of savings, we can work on our rainbow binder. And if we have anything left after that, we can go and see what the calendar box has in store for us. So, first things first, let's find our Save with Judy. Here she is. Get that ready to go. Let's find our money here. And I said this is $100. So I'm going to get that organized out. And don't worry, I count this multiple times. If you're new to my channel, you might notice that we're using prop dollars. That's because I like to keep my money in the bank. It's just easier for us, and the money that's in savings is actually already in a high yield savings account. So if you see prop dollars here, that means that money is already moved over to a savings account in a bucket of my high yield savings, already earning interest. So it's still actually real money. It's just being represented by the prop dollars. Okay, so with that, let's talk about what I forgot to do in the last video, which is our $25 a month that we save with Save with Judy. And we have just one icon left. And with each icon being $1, that means you're going to save $25 a month. So we are going to finish out January just as we're supposed to. Now, we're going to keep this money in the envelope. We're not going to cash it out each month, because in total, we'll be saving a total of $300 with this challenge. And we have already decided that we want this to go to HOA, which comes due at the beginning-ish of the year. So this will allow us to go ahead and save throughout the year for our HOA next year. So normally this gets taken care of in our 2025 on our weekly adulting. All right, now $25 a month. We're just finishing up January, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So we are right on track with that. And away it goes. All right, so up next is going to be monstrous savings. we need to try to finish out our January pages in this book. All right, if you haven't seen this, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I held on to this for months, was ready to start it in January, so that's what we're doing. Now we have done very well. We're going to, opposite of the Save with Judy challenge, we're going to be finishing out 1 month, which is 2 pages, and that money will go into our Save to Sink, especially since we're allocating it towards debt. We don't want to hold on to it longer than we have to because it can go towards debt and save us money. All right, so for the top page, we have this cute January monster, and he's got 2 scratchers left. And for this one, it's 8. And for this one, 2. So that makes a nice even $10 to finish out this page. Then we're going to flip over here, and we have 4 trees left at $2 each, which means we're going to need $8. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set that aside. I'm going to fast forward through this while I color, and then we will be done. All right. Okay, and with that, we have successfully finished out our January pages of our Monstrous Savings book. So let's grab our money here and see how much we saved total for the month of January. And as it says, we're going to be doing a debt payment for this. So this will all be going towards debt. All right. We're going to be pulling it. So I'll use a Post-it or something to keep track of what that is. Excuse me. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. There's $100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. So $134. Since we're going to be making a flat debt payment, I'm going to go ahead and trade this in for a $100 bill. And as well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we should have $4 left. So we're going to do $30 here. All right, so $134. You can see we still have $134 here. That is what we've saved towards debt. I am going to set this aside for right now. I need to find a Post-it, and I will do that before we put it in the folder. So that's exciting. We got that done. So next month, we have this adorable February monster and a box of monster treats to look forward to. So we will see that very soon, next week. All right, so yes, let's ring the bell. We finished 1 challenge for January so far. All right, so moving on to our rainbow binder. What we have left in here is now our D Plans and Budgets has her monthly challenge, which we said we were going to put towards HOA. And we only need, it looks like, $2. $2, and this one is taken care of for a total of, I believe it's 25, but we'll make sure before I write it on there. All right, let's see. 4D Plans and Budgets. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Fair enough, $25. And before next week, I will get the February challenge from this set put in here because she has got the whole year for us. So that is fantastic. All right, so this will go through towards this year's HOA. I will ring the bell for that. Another finished challenge. All right, so up next is our Flamazing challenge from Rin over at Mischief Managed Budgets. Let's see. Let me get her cards out. All right, we've been doing 2 each time. Let's stick with that. All right, let's just pick 2. These are the cutest little things. Also plan that once we get past a certain point and we start needing to do a randomizer for our savings, we can use these cards as randomizers as well. All right, so this one says, what the flock? How cute. It's going to be 7. Get that all scratched off. And then this for flock's sake. 14. Ooh, that one's a little spicy, but that's okay because this is our last challenge in the rainbow binder. So we're doing good so far. Let's clean up our mess. So I think my vacuum is starting, maybe it's full. Starting to not want to do its job. Figure that out. In the meantime, we can just make a mess on the floor. No big deal. All right, so 7 and 14 means 21. Aren't you impressed with that fast math there? All right, $21 going in to our Flamazing challenge. This one will be a while before we're done. We've still got several cards. I am so excited because I also have more of her little card challenges waiting to be used. All right. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, and 85. Wow. That is quite impressive so far. $85. We'll go ahead and put our used cards in here. And that will wrap up our rainbow binder for this week. All right, so the good news is we still have some funds left. Not a whole bunch, but we have some funds left to work towards our calendar box. All right, so remember this calendar box comes from Owl Always Saves. Owl Always Save. And it is a very nice box challenge. You know how I like a box challenge. These are the cards we have not finished. We have been working on this for a bit. I think we're still going to be working on this well into February, possibly March, just depending on how things go. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle again. I always shuffle at the beginning, just for the sake of it. And we will draw a card and see where it wants us to go. All right. Okay, so this card says we are going to, I believe this is June, and it is a spicy one. This, sure enough, June. And it says that we need to roll a dice, and we're not going to be doing that 12-sided dice, and add $10. So 10 plus 5 is 15, so that's 15 going in for Juneteenth. I assume that's what this represents. Tell me if I'm wrong. All right. Okay, next card. Ooh, October. Going to October, one of my favorites. And it says it's going to be $6. So we'll pull that 5 and 6. And we need our orange. I have no idea how much this is going to save us. Not only do I not remember anything about what it said when I purchased it, but also we notice we have a lot of these roll for the amount, so I think it would be a surprise no matter what. All right, so this looks like a jar of maybe maple syrup or jam. November, and $5 for that. Whoop. So we're getting down there. All right. See what the next card has in store. Oh, wow. See, some of these can get a little crazy. Okay, so this is on the same page. This is November. It says roll a dice and triple it. 2. Okay, that's not too bad. $6 going in for the fall leaves. We can handle that. Could be worse. All right. Okay, so now we're down to, oh, okay, so we still got 20 and some 22-ish. Oh, back to June for Father's Day. Roll a dice and triple it. So we might be eating our words there. Let's see. June is getting some love. All right, let's roll that dice. At 1, that's only 3, so that's not too bad. Problem is I don't have 3 1s. So we're about to see again why I do prop dollars. I'm going to take this 10. I'm going to take a 5 and get 5 and 5 1s. So we still have the same amount going here. And then we're going to take $3. That one could have been, could have been spicy. Now, we have just finished out June, so we won't have any more June cards. All right. This looks like February to me. Sure enough, February, that's coming up. Exciting. And they want $7 for this champagne date night situation going on here. So we'll grab 5, 6, and 7. All right, now we're getting down to dangerous territory. We have $12. All right, it's a rainbow, and I would think this is probably March. Sure enough. Look at that, $8 for that. We do have the ability to do $8. But now we will be down to $4. I'm going to have to make some change here. 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So $8 going into March. And that is the last card we can do safely. Because unless we just luck into a $4 card, we could end up with an IOU. And you know what I think about those. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it good on the calendar box. Didn't take long. We're going to, I'm going to fast forward while I organize all of this, and then we will talk about what we're going to do with that last $4. Because we're going to take advantage of one of our catch-alls. Okay, so that should get us all cleaned up and organized here for our calendar box. We did not count each, unless you were just paying really close attention to the fast forward. We'll count maybe next week to see where we are. All right, so what are we going to do with our last $4 to avoid one of those nasty IOUs? We're going to actually get back out one of those 2025 challenges, the smaller of the two. What I was talking about before is it really does provide a great opportunity for a catch-all here. And we can easily color in $4 and add that to our envelope. and avoid that nasty IOU. All right. So pulling that out, adding this in. And while we're in here, just because I love to do it, I've got 20 even dollars here, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So we are now at $320 for our 2025s. All right, so with that, we have finished up the challenges part. We've got a couple of pieces of business we need to take care of. All right, so we already rang the bell for these two finished January challenges. This is for Monstrous Savings. This is for D Plans and Budgets, but we can't forget our other order of business. We need to put $2, so $1 each for each of these completed challenges into the ding, ding, ding. So, ding, 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 we will put $1 in for every completed challenge from now until the end of the year, and we will see how much extra we save doing that. Do you hear that ridiculously loud truck that just drove by? My goodness. All right. So, last order of business, we have our Save to Sync for January. We're going to add this in. In she goes. We'll be doing our January savings video as soon as possible, but we still have to do our minis and tinies, so we can't do it just quite yet. All right, so with that, we finished up our second video for the week, and the next video will be our minis and tinies, so be sure to tune in for that. If you liked what you saw on this video, give it a like, comment. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you along for the journey. We are working our way towards 300 subscribers, and we're really close. And when I hit that 300, I will, of course, be releasing a 300 subscriber freebie for everyone. So keeping an eye on that number. If you haven't already subscribed, or if you know someone who might like the channel, please let them know. All right, so until I see you next time, y'all hang in there. Bye.